Hi, I'm Damari Gurry. You're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices, infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing, nutritious, and delicious. There are numerous flavors to choose from. There is strawberry sea moss, peanut hard-on, beet and thing, pineapple sea moss, mango sea moss, pineapple ginger, ginger root, cucumber ginger, and so much more. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Call now and you won't be disappointed. If you think the juices were good, then try Starboys Jello, full of flavor and sumptuous. Again, call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope you all are doing well. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform where we'll come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. So without further ado, let's get right into the conversation, shall we, as we discuss the 2030 FIFA World Cup. Yes, the 2026 FIFA World Cup is on our horizon and what we're looking to qualify for as a nation. I just want to provide an update in relation to 2030 that the 2030 edition of the FIFA World Cup will be hosted in 6 countries. As you know, the 2030 tournament is the 100-year anniversary of the FIFA World Cup because the first tournament was in 1930 and it was also held in Montevideo, Uruguay. So, the first 3 matches of the 2030 FIFA World Cup will be held in Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay. The first 3 matches of the 2030 edition of the FIFA World Cup will be held in Paraguay, Uruguay, and Argentina. The rest of the tournament will take place in Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. So this is the first time in the history of the World Cup where a World Cup tournament will be held across 3 continents, 3 confederations: Europe, Africa, and of course, South America. What does this mean as well? This also means as well that for the 2034 FIFA World Cup, only 2 confederations can be able to bid to host for the tournament itself. And these lie in the confederations of Asia and Oceania. Saudi Arabia is expected to bid to host the 2034 edition of the tournament. So Asia and also Oceania, those are the only regions that can bid to host a World Cup. So realistically speaking, the next time that CONCACAF can bid to host a World Cup after hosting the 2026 tournament will be 2038. So that will be 12 years onwards post 2026. Saudi Arabia and China, there are 2 teams at this point in time that are firm for a bid for the 2034 tournament, but it was announced today by FIFA that you will have Argentina, Morocco, Paraguay, Portugal, Spain, and Uruguay hosting matches in the 2030 edition of the FIFA World Cup. Now, it hasn't been ratified as yet, but what I will say is that it is expected that all 6 teams would have automatic spots for the tournament. So one thing for sure, the 2030 tournament will continue to be a 48-team tournament. When you take out those 6 spots, then you're now left with 42 teams that can actually qualify for the World Cup itself in 2030. CONCACAF will go from their 3 spots and 2 playoff berths as it is right now and go back to the 6 because, of course, USA, Mexico, Canada will enter World Cup qualifying for the 2030 World Cup qualifying cycle. So with that being said now, that means that CONCACAF will go from that 3 back to 6. And of course, you'll have the intercontinental playoff berth as well in the grand scheme of things. Shamar Gordon says, oh, Mr. P back again. Yep, and you know this is serious, especially when you see the glasses on. Very much so. Shamar Gordon says, oh, Mr. P back at it again. Maria Victoria Cespedes Ortiz, hola, saludos Chile, Arica, Parengota, la mala noticia para los Chile que fue el Mundial 2030, sí, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, España, Portugal, y Morocco. So that's where we are. That's where we are at this point in time. So for the 2034, because as you know, you can't have one confederation host 2030 and also 2034. So heading into the 2034 FIFA World Cup cycle, the only teams that can host the 2034 World Cup are from the Asian Football Confederation and the Oceania Football Confederation. Now, Oceania has never hosted the World Cup. Never hosted the World Cup. And in Oceania, you're looking at New Zealand, Solomon Islands, Fiji. Could New Zealand host a tournament by itself? They have the facilities. They've hosted Youth World Cups already, and also a Women's World Cup, which they co-hosted with Australia earlier this calendar year. So New Zealand could certainly do that. It would be a nice change of pace as well. But of course, as you know, Saudi Arabia is preparing a strong bid in place to ensure that they have everything in place. So let me just go through the article so that you guys have all the information that you need. And also those individuals that have tuned in a while ago, welcome aboard, just to keep you guys informed. 6 teams will host the 2030 edition of the FIFA World Cup. The opening 3 matches will take place in Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay. That's right. And the opening matches in South America are to mark the World Cup's centenary, as it will be the 100-year anniversary since the inaugural tournament in Montevideo. The Council, representing the entire world football, unanimously agreed to celebrate the centenary of the FIFA World Cup, whose first edition was played in Uruguay in 1930. I felt like this was going to happen as well because it's also showing respect as well, because the first World Cup was in 1930 in Uruguay. So, you know, bring it back to South America, because that's where the first tournament was. So I have no problems with that, and I think nice symmetry to it, and it's a nice nostalgic moment, 100-year anniversary, and you're going back to Uruguay, where it all began. In 2030, we will have a unique global footprint: 3 continents, Africa, Europe, and South America, 6 countries, Argentina, Morocco, Paraguay, Portugal, Spain, and Uruguay, welcoming and uniting the world while celebrating together the beautiful game, the centenary of the FIFA World Cup. FIFA has also confirmed only bids from countries from the Asian Football Confederation and the Oceania Football Confederation will be considered for the 2034 finals. Saudi Arabia is expected to bid to host the tournament in 2030 for the 2034 tournament. Montevideo in Uruguay, the city which hosted the first World Cup match in 1930, is poised to stage the opening match in 2030, with matches in Argentina and Paraguay to follow. The rest of the 48-team tournament will then move to North Africa and Europe. If the 2030 proposal is approved, Morocco would become only the second African nation to host a World Cup after South Africa in 2010. Portugal have never hosted a World Cup, but they did host Euros in 2004, whereas we know they were runners-up to Greece in that year. Spain last hosted the tournament in 1982. They're eliminated in the second round in that tournament. In that 1982, the only 2 teams that went unbeaten in that tournament was England, Cameroon, and England. They were eliminated without losing a single game. Italy went on to win that World Cup in particular. So that's where we are. The 2030 tournament, it will be a 48-team tournament, okay? It will be a 48-team tournament. And if the host countries, Argentina, Morocco, Paraguay, Portugal, Spain, Uruguay, get those automatic spots, that means that there'll be 42 qualifying berths. So the information that we have to wait to see is in relation to the slot allocation. We can expect CONCACAF to have the 6 spots for the 48-team tournament. So that's where we are at this point in time. Wickedman Burp says Barbados are going to qualify for the 2030 World Cup. If they get Gittins from Dortmund, then we'll see. We'll see. Andre Gon says, yo hablo español también. Muy bien, mi amigo. Español es un idioma para mí difícil para aprender, pero para hablar muy fácil. A mi opinión, francés es más fácil que español. A mi opinión. Pienso. J'aime le français parce que c'est très fantastique. So that's how I feel. Mine's a Cricket World Cup. Pete Francique. Yeah. Caribbean, well, the thing is that in order to host a World Cup, there's certain guidelines that have to be met. All right. And I'm going to speak briefly about those guidelines so that you can be able to understand them a little bit clearer. What do host nations need to host a tournament? Well, I'm going to speak about that right now. Hosts are required to have at least 14 all-seater stadiums with a capacity of 40,000, with a minimum of 7 being pre-existing. The opening match and the final match must take place in an 80,000-seater stadium, while the semi-finals must take place in a 60,000-seater stadium. Hosts must also have at least 72 suitable training site options for team-based camps, 4 suitable venue-specific training site options per stadium, in addition to 2 suitable referee-based camps training site options with all suitable accommodations. The FIFA Council also regulates requirements regarding to broadcast sites, competition-related site events, as well as accommodation. In addition, sustainability, environmental protections, and human rights will also be factors considered by the Council, along with government support, and the organization model must be used besides provisions for the establishment of a legacy fund. So, to answer your question, the Caribbean not yet ready to host a senior men's tournament. Can the Caribbean host an under-17 World Cup? Absolutely. Trinidad and Tobago did a fantastic job in 2001 with the men, and also 2010 with the women. And also Bahamas as well in 2017 in hosting the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup. Did an absolutely splendid job. There were some great reviews in the Bahamas based on the performances of how the host in the Bahamas did in that job. So if I'm being frank with you in terms of the Caribbean, I think the Caribbean can host a Beach Soccer World Cup tomorrow morning. And in relation to under-17 World Cups, there's some room for improvement, but why not? But a senior World Cup, there's some distance to go. There's some distance to go where that is concerned. So that's what I would say, so. in that situation. So what I've just alerted you is in relation to the Senior World Cups. Okay, the Senior World Cup is the information that I was just providing a minute ago about requiring to have at least 14 all-seater stadiums with a capacity of 40,000, minimum of 7 being pre-existing. The opening match must be in an 80,000 seater stadium, while the semi-finals must at least be in a 60,000 seater stadium. The host must have 72 training sites, 72 team bases, venue-specific trainings, referee-based camp for training, and also suitable accommodations as well. So there's still some work to be done. Still some work to be done there. Wicked Man Burp, I do think that Jamaica can host an under-17 World Cup in the future. I genuinely believe that this is something that can be achieved. Can we co-share it with Trinidad and Tobago, with Cuba, with the Dominican Republic? Why not? I do think that is something that we can achieve. Of course, there's a lot of work to be done to achieve this, but I do think that we have the at least the fundamentals that we can be able to say, okay, we can make improvements to Montego Bay Sports Complex, to the National Stadium, to Jarrett Park, to the Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium. We certainly have the facilities. What we need to do, make slight upgrades in terms of the changing rooms, upgrades in relation to the nutrients that actually goes in the surfaces. So that's another element as well. The training venues, we have facilities that we can use for training venues, but for the Senior World Cup, remember, it's 72. So that's still going to be some distance away. That's some distance away. But one thing for sure, folks, the 2030 World Cup will be in 6 countries across 3 continents of the globe. The opening match will be in Uruguay, and matches in Argentina and Paraguay will follow. And then the tournament will switch focus to the European and also African continent, Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. All right. So we wait to see. We'll wait to see what will happen in relation to the host in terms of, will they all 6 have automatic spots, or will they have to go through a qualifying cycle? Personally, I feel that when you bear in mind that only 3 matches will take place in Argentina, Portugal, Uruguay, and Paraguay, I think that Spain, Portugal, and Morocco, those are the 3 teams that should have the automatic spots. Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay, they are only hosting 1 match each. 1 in Argentina, 1 in Uruguay, and 1 in Paraguay. That's just 1 match. I'm going to give an automatic spot because you're hosting 1 match. I'm not sure. We will see how all of that pans out. But Spain, Portugal, Morocco, absolutely, because they're going to host 95% of the tournament. So absolutely, automatic spot for Morocco, automatic spot for the Spaniards, and also the Portuguese as well. However, for Argentina, for Paraguay, and for Uruguay, especially when you're in a confederation already where you have only 10 teams, you give them automatic spots, you're going to have only 7 teams in the qualifiers. Something to think about. Something very deep to think about in that sort of aspect, So that's what I'll say. Well, that's the thing, Wicked Man Chris, because once you are awarded the rights, you will get the funding from FIFA to ensure that you have your facilities up to a certain standard. There will be government backing as well. And there will also be site visits on a regular basis to ensure that the facilities are up to a certain standard, room for improvement. You will have MCMs, which is known as match coordination meetings. You'll have MON, which is match organization meetings. So these elements will be put in place. So it will be organized, and it will be something that we can be able to put on paper. All right. So that's what I'll say where this is concerned. So the 2030 World Cup, Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, Spain, Portugal, Morocco. What are your thoughts, folks? Let's hear what you guys have to say. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. A special interview coming your way later in the afternoon.
Hi, I'm Damari Gray. You're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing, nutritious, and delicious. There are numerous flavors to choose from. There is strawberry sea moss, peanut hard-on, beaten thing, pineapple sea moss, mango sea moss, pineapple ginger, ginger root, cucumber ginger, and so much more. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Call now and you won't be disappointed. If you think the juices were good, then try Starboys Jello, full of flavor and sumptuous. Again, call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sports City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sports City right now.
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Skin clean and nice and ting and ting. I'm Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girl Striker, and you are watching the Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, Reggae Boys Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah? Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share, and subscribe.
Reggae Boys Commentary, subscribe, like, and share.
Hi, I'm Chris Binney, and I'm Jamaica's #1 squash player and 9-time Caribbean champion, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share button below.